probably the initial drawing that I had. I wrote Skreet after when we came back, after I thought, yeah, this is what we're going to call it. But the initial idea that I just throwing concepts around was an idea of a factory evolving into this tyrant, sort of industrial thing. So that we have the factory here, slowly morphing the factory. You know, we see a figure of head, perhaps a body, and then the body, and then the pencils and the chimneys, the flue of the factory. You know, the chimneys of the factory is becoming pencils, and then the figure, the tyrannical figure that came out of the industry, the print dictator in a way, is Skreet. These are all the linos, so this is all of them. So I even had, I suppose, that this, and these I knew were just experiments. And I really wanted to print onto these old, you know, thrown out book. I just found books that were being thrown out, and the books themselves were about sound, music. You know, that's what Masonik's about. So we're about music. So, and I like the idea of this pencil with words. That was the initial idea, and I thought it would be just that, just 3 images and not much else. I tried smaller ones, these smaller ones here, and the same sort of concept. So there was like a factory, a pencil factory, and then you see a bit of a figure, and then Skreet appears out. And these were sort of all really carved and printed before we, you know, the story development started happening. And actually those 3 are they're over here in the corner of my studio. So I made the figures quite hollow so that you could see the book underneath. That was the concept. One of the next prints I did was this one here on a 78 record, and you can see Skreet there, and an eye in the centre and a pencil, and that's here. Because when I pressed it, the record, because it's a 78, the record, like a plate, broke, and this bit came off. I thought that was really quite neat. Cover image, I wanted to capture the 3 characters: Doyen, La, Skreet. Skreet's body's the pencil, bits of paper flying out. And this was the only one that was, I suppose, that's the largest. That was the largest one. And this is about the average size of the ones that I made for the book, and that was the cover. And that was the last print that I made, was the cover. Not everything was used, so a couple, these didn't quite make the final edit. These here are letters, your drop caps, that start the chapters. Tea's my favourite. Tea's quite good. And of course with letters you have to do them backwards. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So you can see OK, and that's backwards. Earlier I wanted a page that said OK. Yeah, so I keep, everything gets stored under this piano stool. So when I do the next project, I'll empty that out, sit on the next ones. I'll ink this one up. So this is my carving block. So this is, just to show you, this is actually a macrame board. Just put a bit of wood, screwed in a bit of wood here, a bit of wood at the top. It locks in. It locks in. So when I carve, you got resistance. You can carve away. So that's my carving, and I like the lines. Just, I don't know, it gives me guide. I get a visual guide from the horizontal and vertical lines. Right. So what I do is I'll arm the press. And I like to use paper that has a bit of a texture to it. It can give you more artifacts. I think it's a nice print, though, right? Oh, you can take that with you. That's how it's done.
Dogs on percussion.